So whose car is this?
This is my daughter car. Yeah.
So you bought this car for your daughter?
This is 1-year-old baby.
Today, we're deconstructing a story that's been absolutely everywhere lately. The pink Rolls-Royce and the rise of Satish Sanpal. We're gonna dive right beneath the surface of this massive viral headline, to really uncover the fascinating business mechanics and the mindset of this Dubai-based entrepreneur. We aren't just here to marvel at a flashy news story today. We're gonna use it as a powerful lens to reverse engineer exactly how an entire modern empire is built, literally from the ground up. So let's start with a viral moment that completely divided the internet. Imagine this scenario for a second. You're incredibly wealthy, and your daughter, Isabella, is turning 1 year old. What do you get a toddler who obviously hasn't even mastered walking, let alone driving? It's a crazy question, right? But it perfectly sets the stage for a fascinating look into the world of ultra-luxury and a kind of purchasing power that, honestly, most of us can barely even begin to comprehend.
Okay, 5.8 crore rupees. And no, that is absolutely not a typo. In June 2025, the world watched as a gift, estimated at that astronomical figure, was presented to young Isabella. That staggering number represents the cost of the ultimate family celebration piece. It was a purchase that instantly captured global attention. It dominated social media algorithms and sparked these fierce, fiery debates online about wealth, extreme expression, and, what money actually means at the very top of the financial pyramid.
So what exactly did that 5.8 crore buy? A custom pink Rolls-Royce Phantom personalized for a toddler. And listen, this wasn't just driven off the lot. The car featured a completely bespoke metallic pink exterior, a customized pink and white interior, and the whole shebang was personalized with Isabella's initials right from the prestigious Rolls-Royce factory. Now, for most of the world, this level of indulgence is just unbelievable. But for Isabella's father, Satish Sanpal, this vehicle serves as our entry point into a carefully constructed, highly insulated, ultra-wealthy ecosystem.
Which brings us to part one of our story. Modest beginnings in Jabalpur.
Because to really understand how this viral moment was funded, we have to look at the massive contrast between where Satish Sanpal is now and where he actually started. The origins of this sprawling empire are incredibly humble. It's a pretty jarring comparison, honestly. On one hand, you have a multi-core custom luxury car for a toddler. On the other, his actual starting line, an 8th grade education in Jabalpur, India, and an 80,000 rupee loan from his mother to start a small, unassuming grocery store. And here's the real kicker. That first business completely failed. As a young man, he was just too trusting. He gave out way too much store credit to people in the neighborhood who never paid him back, effectively bankrupting his very first venture. But as you'll see, this early failure and the sting of that betrayal laid the absolute crucial groundwork for his fiercely guarded future business philosophy.
So, moving on to part two, the real estate pivot.
How did an 8th grade educated grocer from India end up reshaping his destiny in the Middle East and buying factory-ordered Rolls-Royces? Well, it all comes down to a massive geographical and strategic shift. First, Sanpal moves to Dubai as a teenager seeking opportunity, taking whatever roles he could find. But the true turning point, what he himself calls the U-turn of his life, happened during the absolute peak of the COVID-19 pandemic. While the rest of the world panicked, froze, and hoarded cash, Sanpal did the exact opposite. He took an enormous, incredibly aggressive, calculated risk. He took all of his available capital and went all in on property investment. The real genius here was utilizing payment plans to buy deeply distressed assets, maximizing his leverage when nobody else was buying. By locking in those bottom-of-the-barrel prices on flexible schedules, he positioned himself perfectly. When the market inevitably bounced back, valuations skyrocketed. Those bold investments multiplied astronomically, yielding returns of 10x to, in some spectacular cases, literally 100x.
This incredible success leads us right into part three, building the Annex Empire.
By 2018, Sanpal realized that just holding land wasn't enough. Modern wealth isn't just about stockpiling cash in a bank account, it's about building an active ecosystem. So, he formalized his wins into a powerful holding company. Annex Holding operates across 3 intersecting sectors. First, there's Annex Developments, focusing on luxury properties. Then, Annex Hospitality, all about high-end lifestyle experiences. And finally, Annex Capital, focused on regulated trading. That capital wing is an absolute game changer because it holds a highly coveted Category A trading license in the UAE,
giving them top-tier regulatory clearance to trade commodities, foreign exchange, and options at a massive institutional scale. It creates this completely self-sustaining luxury ecosystem where every single division feeds into the success of the others.
A perfect example of this ecosystem in action is their major push into branded residences. Now, if you aren't familiar, a branded residence is basically a real estate partnership where a luxury lifestyle brand designs and manages premium residential properties. ANAX is currently developing the LL Residences on Dubai Islands, marking the globally recognized fashion brand's very first entry into the Middle East's branded residential market. This move hits the nail on the head regarding his underlying strategy. ANAX isn't just selling concrete walls and floor plans, they are selling a complete, highly curated luxury lifestyle.
And that curated lifestyle extends directly to Sanpal's own home life. 50,000. That's the square footage of the massive plot of land they recently purchased in Dubai Hills for their brand new custom family home. And the reason for this move is actually kind of wild. Right now, they live in the Burj Khalifa. But despite living in the tallest, most luxurious building in the world, they're moving for a super simple reason. They miss having windows that actually open for fresh air. Honestly, the sheer logistical and financial scale of moving from a luxury Burj Khalifa penthouse to constructing a 50,000 square foot custom build just proves how monumental his real estate success has truly become.
All right, let's dive into part 4, the unapologetic billionaire mindset.
How does someone who willed himself from a failed grocery store into a billion-dollar holding company actually think? Well, he says, money isn't God, but I swear it's nothing less than God. Sanpal offers an incredibly direct, almost jarringly honest view on wealth. Both he and his wife openly point out how rapidly people's behavior changes. You know, how they treat you, how they respect you, when you finally achieve undeniable financial success. To them, the reality is stark. Beyond your immediate family, money absolutely dictates how the world interacts with you. It's a polarizing viewpoint for sure, but it's the exact fuel driving his decisions. They've been on both sides, so they know exactly how the world treats you when your pockets are empty versus when they're full. There's this really fascinating juxtaposition in his daily habits, too. On one hand, he completely ignores the "what will people say" mentality and famously allowed a single, unblinking credit card swipe for his wife's $200,000 Hermes bag. He even claims it takes him just 1 second to make massive, multi-million-dollar business decisions based purely on gut instinct. But beneath all that apparent flash and spontaneity is a rigid mathematical formula. He ensures that 95% of his wealth is rigorously locked up and continuously invested. He literally only spends 5%, allowing just that small fraction to bleed into these extravagant viral lifestyle purchases. And to hold all of this together, he enforces a militant daily discipline.
Which leads directly into this amazing quote. If you don't follow a routine or time, you are like an animal. Eat, sleep, and wake up on time. Despite having the wealth to do whatever he wants, whenever he wants, he attributes his ability to manage immense stress to extreme, almost militant daily discipline. He practices daily yoga, entirely avoids late-night parties, insists on being home by 7:30 p.m., and strictly regulates his sleep and eating schedules. In his uncompromising view, without a routine, we simply regress. But perhaps the most revealing part of his entire psychology is his deeply personal relationship with failure. He says, "Insults take a person very far forward. I'm glad that I was insulted." He actively channeled the early disrespect he faced and the crushing hardships of childhood poverty into a hyper-aggressive drive to manifest his current status. He didn't let the betrayal in his first grocery business make him quit. Instead, he weaponized that pain, turning it into his greatest asset, to refine his intuition and forge an unbreakable drive to succeed. Beyond the viral luxury cars, beyond the pink Rolls-Royce for a toddler, and beyond the Burj Khalifa address, there is an intense, unwavering focus on a defined goal. The luxury we see on the surface, it's really just the byproduct of a very deliberate system of risk, extreme discipline, and absolute clarity of vision. To borrow Sanpal's own profound analogy from the source material, he points out that you can't just walk up to a train ticket master, slap down your money, and ask for a ticket. The master's immediately going to ask, where to? You simply can't get anywhere without knowing your specific stop. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I'll leave you to consider this for your own journey. If you walked up to the ticket counter of life today, where would you ask to go?